Howdy, Mike McCoy here. Today we're doing this a little bit different. The camera's on Mother instead of me, and we're just going to show you a little bit from her end of it instead of mine. I think you'll enjoy it. Getting started up here, and that old dust chain give us a problem. It's real wet down there in that pit. It's rained a lot here. And that old wet sawdust and water and stuff's all heavy, and it's hard for it to pull it out, And it gave us a bit of a problem when we first started up, and she had to worry with it a little bit. But it didn't take long to fix it. It can be one of the aggravatingest things on this mill when it decides to act up, but fortunately it don't act up a whole lot. And she has to do a lot of climbing around to get to everything. And I think right here she actually has to go outside the mill where the sawdust pile is. And I don't know if it's in this scene or maybe another one, but it's just a problem. It is. And when it's wet, that belt gets wet, and it won't stay on the pulley. And everything's heavy, it just can't hardly pull it. And it's just a problem. But fortunately, we've done it enough to where we can fix it. And the reason I'm doing this voiceover, the mill's so loud you couldn't hear Mother talk no way. Her voice is kind of soft. And it just wouldn't work out. But let me see where she's at now. I can't keep up with her, she moves so fast. She's like a deer. Now she's going over to start this thing. It makes three-phase power. See her foot down there, she'll get that shaft turning, then hit that on button, and it'll cut on, and it'll start making three-phase power. And that's a switch box for it there. She'll throw it on. For that conveyor there's three-phase. That's on the three-phase thing we've got there. She's got it going now. She'll cut her conveyor on. She won't leave it on. She just cuts it on when she needs it. That motor has run hot a time or two, and that takes care of the motor, but not running it all. That's why we don't run that belt all the time. That old belt's come back off again. She's gonna have to work on it some more. She thought she had it fixed, but she didn't. I seen a rock on this log, and I brought it through for her to get off, or if I don't do it when I'm thinking about it, I won't do it. I hope you seen it right there, just a piece of gravel. That got rid of that. Now she's gonna try to get that belt going again. Still's acting up, so we'll have to deal with that some more. This thing can really be aggravating when it decides to be aggravating. She's going back around through there, looking out there at the end. There may be something at the very end. Sometimes something will get hung right on the end and stop it. So now she's gonna go around through there. She's just like a monkey. She has to go around through all these. I couldn't start to go where she goes. There's a ledge around through here, and she'll walk that ledge. We'll up there and check that out and make that sure that's good. constantly pulling it backwards to make sure everything's working properly. There's our sawdust pile. We ain't got much dust. I've got that sold, but I can't drive that truck no more, and I'll just have to get Chad to take it when he can. The way he's working, he ain't had time to get later. Now she's going back across all this stuff. Put the belt back on. See if it'll go again. Once you get all that old heavy water and sawdust out of there, it'll do fine. Get that belt dried off. It'll run just a minute. It'll dry that belt. But it has to run them few minutes. I think she got it this time. Take your stick to make sure it don't try to jump off. That's tube 4 you see fastened down there with a C-clamp. That's what we use to tighten the belt with. I know that ain't the best way in the world, but it's worked for 20 years. I guess it'll be all right. Now we finally got the sawing. This way you can sort of see what Mother goes through out on her end of the deal. The way she's got that camera hooked up, what she looks at's what you're looking at. Pulling the slabs off. This old pine, it ain't much. You know, it is what it is. It seems, well, it's sawing out pretty good, really. I mean, just take it for what it is. I slabbed that pretty big. And the knives and the chippers a little bit dull. See, like I said that the last time. I'll get a new set put in here in a day or two. Edge. And that lever there is where she sets width of the edge or whatever she's going to cut out of it. See, there it goes. Mother's got a real good eye on her for edging. It's just a simple operation. Running it through there. Don't know what we're waiting on now, probably me. Another old big slab. Now maybe we can make a little lumber. Looks like 2x6s. I'm pretty sure that's what I was cutting. I mean 1x6, 1x6. What am I thinking, 2x6? I think we've got to cut some 2x6s. That's probably why I said that a bit on my mind. We ain't plumb quick yet. Guess we're coming down here just to get to do a video. And this is in real time too. This, you know, I ain't sped nothing up or nothing. That's how fast Mother works. It's amazing she can move that fast. It's almost like she's running, but she keeps up awful well. Here we'll make the last cuts. I always set when I'm a cutting inch lumber, I always when I turn it over and I stalk it, I'll stalk it somewhere around 5 inches or right at 5 inches. And then that way I can get 4 boards out of it. That's the way I do business. That works for me. Usually the last board might be a little bit thick. We won't be running over no dogs. Here she goes. While she's stacking that, I'll put another log on the carry. We'll go again. We really need 2 out here, but you know, it just is what it is. We ain't sawing hard. Back in the day when we sawed hard, they was actually 2 out there stacking lumber plus mother are doing the edging. They was busy. We don't saw hard no more. Well, here we go again. I don't know how this is working out. I got a phone call and that night and had to start all over again. I hope we didn't miss nothing or I talked over anything. But yeah, we're cutting another log. There's a slab off of it. Old log ain't much. Just take it down here and throw it in there and cut the conveyor on. Get rid of all that. There's another slab. Or is that a board? Boy, that's a slab. Throw that away. Now she cut it on there. Cheerful eat it. Start cutting some lumber. Old mill's running right good. I can't complain. Pine's pretty easy to saw. It is. It ain't real hard. That's pretty good. Yeah, looking at something I don't know what. Stack this up while we get another log on there. No, there's still one on here. I'm getting confused. It broke my train of thought while ago on the phone, bro. Sorry about that. See, when it gets jammed up that way a little bit, you can throw one in behind them slabs and it'll push them on in there, and usually all of them will. With it. Take this down here and stack it. And then now, while she's stacking that, I'll put another up there. That'll work good. This ain't cutting real bad lumber. Making a pretty neat stack. It don't take long to, you know, cut a little every now and then to get 1,000 feet. Yeah, I'm rolling up and up now. I try not to crowd her no more than I can help it. Mother don't like to be crowded. Dust Doodler's doing good now. Now it's got all that old wet stuff out there and everything. It's doing fine. There we go again. It's back and forth. Going into the chipper. I need to get one of them things that sees how many steps you make. Hook it on mother. Probably surprise you. She throwed something at me. Oh yeah, well, I didn't have that up there good. She was getting my attention. There we go. We've done our own way of communicating down here. She's either throwing sticks at me or something other to get my attention, but she can, and it works. I mean, it's worked for years. Now this, and she'll edge it and see. She's setting her width there. Through the edge where it goes. I've got a set of laser lights out there. She said she didn't want them things. She don't want them. I don't want to put them on there. I thought about putting them on the mill end to see where my saw is going to hit, but I just ain't never done it. And I never will now. Big old slab. See if it'll eat it. Yeah, it'll eat it. Now we'll make some lumber. That's got some pretty good stuff now. This mill ain't got but 2 settings on the dogs. It's either out somewhere around 4 inches. I never do go past 5 if I'm heavy. And back to where you can cut an inch board. You gotta be careful of that. If it's out past 4, you can bust your saw. I have. I had one stick one time and it broke the knee plumb off when it hit. Holding that up, throw it. Chipper. Leave that as much. I doubt she'll edge it. It ain't. That's going in the chipper. That cuts some pretty good boards there. While she's stacking that, I'll put her another log on. She is putting it in the stack. Back here to catch the next slab after I put that log on there. Checking her motor out for something other, I don't know what. Or she may be looking at the phone laying there, making sure it's still recording. She hates stuff like this. It distracts her. I can put the camera on my head and it's just like I don't even know it's there. And she does it. She has to. It worries her. That's just her nature. 2-inch suitor. There it goes in the chipper. You can see it's blowing them chips out through yonder. Or with this one. Be glad to get rid of all this old rotten logs. I've got some fresh logs ordered. I don't know when they'll get here. It rains here every day. These fellas can't get the woods or nothing that weather like this. Cut another one to the edger. There it goes. Boom, boom, boom. Edging strips and throw them in the chipper. There's a big old slab that come off of that. So much for that. Oh no, this is making some decent lumber. Actually, I'd rather it be green and fresh and all that stuff. Just have to deal with what you got. Usually the saw don't like to cut this old dry stuff, but it's doing pretty good. Down there to be stacked. We'll go back up here and get this when I cut it. There should be a slab there. After nothing. That ain't no good either. Get forward. Get. I tried to shave a little bit off of that, but that don't never work real good. It works, but it don't work real good. Got it. We do appreciate y'all watching. Thought I'd give y'all a little different perspective than what I usually do. See what Mother does here. A lot of people's asking, wanting to know. So now you can see. She works way harder than I do, I can tell you that. See, that's a pretty good lumber right there. Not bad at all. Coming along. That's what it looks like. Now she's going to cut the chipper off. conveyor off. I like to run that chipper every once in a while, especially when it's raining a lot, and keep the water out of it. The big black dog, I worry about him coming down here all excited and stuff, either running through the saw or the chipper. That'd be a bloody mess. Well, thanks for watching, and I do appreciate it. Talk at you later. Thank all my subscribers, every one of you. This means a lot. Okay.